Well, welcome back to Scouting for History, and today I'm back at this house from 1870. Now, I did this half of the yard. There's a driveway that comes in. I did this half of the yard last time. Now today I'm going to be over on that side. So stay tuned. Let's see what we find. Hopefully it's as good as the last time. Let's see. The first find of the day is a piece of a crotal bell. Where's the rest of it? I want a whole one. On to the next. And now the second target, down here in the shade, is a buffalo nickel. Awesome. On to the next. Now, right next to that buffalo nickel, I'm getting another signal. And it's a Jefferson nickel. On to the next. And now, here's a nice little coin spill. Oh, a nice little coin spill of 6 wheat pennies. On to the next. Well, I was getting a nice high tone. I didn't want to jinx it. It's a Queen Elizabeth ship halfpenny. Probably from the 50s. If I had to guess, 1960. Yeah, it was close. On to the next. Another nice high tone, and it's just a memorial, copper memorial. Yikes. Was hoping for something better. On to the next. Well, finally something old. It's an old flat button. I don't think there's a design on it. It's just the corrosion, maybe. I'll clean it up and see. Shank's missing. I had to fight a root for that one. It was a tough signal. On to the next. And it's not all treasure. On to the next. Well, it was tough to find. It was an awful signal. It kept squeaking through, but the hole was filled with nails. But in with the nails was an awesome little round buckle. Outstanding. That's cool. On to the next. And the first silver of the day. And it's a Merc. So I've had the trifecta out of the yard. A Rosie, a Barber, and a Merc. On to the next. And now to go with all the bullets from last time, a shotgun shell. On to the next. And now the tiniest little lead ball. It was under a root, probably from that shotgun shell. On to the next. Yeah, and I do love finding the old kids' toys. That's a really old horse. Guy's missing a head, but that's cool. On to the next. Oh, I didn't expect that. It's an Indian head penny. It was ringing real high. I'll scan the hole and see if there's anything else down there. It was ringing like a silver dime. Very odd. On to the next. And now, not far from that last soldier, here's one that's in pieces. He's in bad shape. I broke him getting him out from under a root. Oh well, on to the next. Well, it's a shame it's broken. That's a silver spoon. And it's got a date on it, 1889. Oh, that's outstanding. Wish it was whole. That'd be awesome. No, that still is awesome. And it's got a name, I think. Well, anytime you find a piece of silver, it's always a good day. And this is a cool little piece of a spoon. Unfortunately, it's broken. Maybe that's why they threw it away. I'm assuming they threw it away. Well, when I got home and cleaned it up, it turns out that this is a historic piece of a spoon. So Rachel Foster was born in Pittsburgh, moved to Philadelphia later in life, and in 1889, she married Cyrus Avery. So she became Rachel Foster Avery. On the back of the spoon, it says Foster Avery, 1889. So this was their wedding silverware, or a piece of their wedding silverware. But who was Rachel Avery, or Rachel Foster? Well, before she was Rachel Avery, she was Rachel Foster, and she was Susan B. Anthony's right-hand man, or woman, in the fight for women's suffrage in the late 1800s. She was everywhere. She was a member of a number of different suffrage movements throughout the New England and Mid-Atlantic area, even going so far west as Nebraska to fight for women's right to vote. So she was right up there with Susan B. Anthony. Now, Susan B. Anthony, everyone knows, she was on the dollar coin. Well, between Eisenhower and Sacagawea, that little known dollar coin that no one ever used. So it ended up in drawers all across the country. Here's a picture of one. But so this is a historic spoon. This was owned by the number 2 person for women's rights and women's suffrage in the late 1800s, Rachel Avery Foster. Very, very cool. This is going into the museum. It's about $5 worth of scrap silver. Priceless as a local bit of history for the local museum. On to the next. And another silver for the day. Gotta be careful because I'm close to the invisible fence. And it's another Rosie. On to the next. And the third lead soldier for the day. Oh, his legs move. I'll have to be careful with him. On to the next. I found a tiny little penknife. Don't know how old it is. It's in pretty good shape. Might not be all that old, but hey, on to the next. Now a 1911 dog tag. Outstanding. That's cool. It's one of the oldest ones I've found. On to the next. Well, do you see it? Do you see it? Poison ivy all around this tree and all up the tree. There it is. Gotta be careful. Well, whoever was here traveled a lot. There's a 1938 or 58 penny. And I'll be able to tell by who's on the front. Oh, King George. So that would be a 38. Yep, 38. Cool. On to the next. Well, that was a tough fight. It looks like the tiniest little shell casing I've ever found. It's tiny. I'll clean it up and see if that's what it is. But that was a fight under a root. Let's see if it was worth it. Well, I keep hoping for something a little older, but it's a silver rosy. Oh, I'll take it. Let's see where the seededs are. On to the next. And another silver for the day. Please don't be a rosy. Let's see what it is. It's a Merc. Well, at least it's not a rosy. On to something else. Well, it's another buffalo. I thought it was a Jefferson. Had to scrape some dirt off just to make sure. But that's another buffalo for the day. Awesome. Slow going, but oh, I might get a date off that. Not sure. On to the next. Well, that's going to do it for today. Not a bad hunt. It's funny how one side had old stuff and the other side didn't have quite as old stuff. There was some, but just funny how that works out. Well, don't forget to hit subscribe and come along on the next one. See you there.